Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Rooster Stone Show. Bum, bum, bum. Hey, I'm back here again with Mike Vitale, a Rooster Stoner himself. We're here to do our very first episode of what we call the mixtape. So we're going to take an era or a genre or a specific moment in time, and we're going to make a mixtape for you. And it'll be available on Spotify, or you can make your own on one of the other streaming sites if you have to. But we encourage you then to listen to the mixtape even before maybe you watch the podcast if you get a chance. But either way, it'll be fine, especially with this one because you're going to know these tunes. So let's get started. The first topic that we have for our first mixtape episode is, what did we call it? 80s pop music from 1985. Is that what we
Yes,
were
it
calling
was
it?
like the Billboard
Yeah.
Billboard
The
100.
Billboard the best hits from the Billboard Top 100 1985.
Yeah,
So it's going to be pop gold here, baby.
yeah.
Mike, get us started, man. What do you got? Give us the first song.
All right, this is an easy one. Simple Minds, Don't You Forget About Me. Super popular song. Was played everywhere during that time. It was my high school class's song. Theme song from The Breakfast Club, which was a really popular movie at the time. I went on,
Still a popular.
yeah, I went on a trip to Europe with a music group in the summer of '86, and we heard this one everywhere in Europe too. So it was just all around the world. It was going on.
Yeah.
Great voice, lyrics, obviously catchy chorus. I love the breakdown and the build up to the last chorus in this one. It just makes you, gets you going and everything. On a personal note, it's in a lower vocal register than a lot of pop songs at the time, so I can still sing it more easily. And I know I'm not alone on that one.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah,
I felt like that was more common back in the day. You listen, particularly in like the 70s, you hear those songs and it was like a lot of baritone.
yeah.
But dude, what a great song to choose as your first one. Even if you didn't live in the 80s, you know this song. Don't you doom 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 forget about me. Dude, what a great choice. Excellent choice to start us off. Don't you forget about me. I'm going to keep it going here. And I feel like this whole list is going to be like this, but my first song is also, well, it's The Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News. Dude, 1985, Huey Lewis and the News was the biggest thing in the world. Their Titanic sports album came out at the end of 83, but most of the releases were 84. So by 85, this band was it. I think almost every song on that album was a hit song, like all but like one or two. Then someone in their camp must have been doing their job, man, because they landed the feature song on arguably the soundtrack to the best movie of all time, Back to the Future. Fight me. Back to the Future is the greatest movie ever made. This song was and is just pop rock perfection. Like a lot of songs on the whole list that we made here, it showcases how far pop music has fallen. I've rarely heard a band whose music is layered or produced better than these guys. They are so smooth. Every instrument has a clear space and purpose. The Power of Love isn't just a great song from 1985. It's one of the best pop songs of all time.
Yeah, I'm not going to fight you on that one. I mean, the production, the song, the chorus, it fits well. It fits so well in the movie. It fits well outside of the movie. Yeah, it's a
It did.
great
And it was
choice.
just on the radio forever.
Yeah,
Just like the
yeah,
movie was in the theater for like a year.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, here's
Doesn't
another one
stop,
that's
man.
easy. Yeah, '85 was just such a great year. Don Henley, Boys of Summer. It's still one of my favorite songs, regardless of the year. I got to give Mike Campbell from Tom Petty and other projects the shout out for co-writing this one, and he also did the guitar work on the track as well. So it's also so well produced. Unlike the Simple Minds song, I still sing along with this one, or at least try to, even though that's still a little bit too high, probably for my voice.
Dude,
But
Don
I
Henley's too
can't
high for
resist.
most people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard that the lyrics are a metaphor for the 60s, 70s era as well. I haven't done specific research on that because I like that idea and I don't want to risk it being denied from Don Henley. It's a timeless classic, and I'm going to be real sneaky here. So as much as I love this song, it's actually not my favorite from that album, which is Building the Perfect Beast. That honor goes to Sunset Grill. Yeah, definitely check that one out if you
That
don't
is an
remember that.
excellent song. And
Yeah.
in fact, I had totally forgotten about that until you just brought it up.
Uh,
That is such a good song.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, this song is just, I mean, it is amazing. It is, you know, that that last verse where he's talking about saw a dead head sticker on a Cadillac. You're just like, don't look back, baby, don't look back.
Yeah.
What a titanically great song. All right, so for my second song, I'm gonna hit the movies again, man. I feel like in the 80s, it was just every great song was tied to a movie. This song is no exception. We Don't Need Another Hero by Tina Turner. What a gentle reminder about how much good music was paired with these movies when we were kids. I mean, this song was featured in the film Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Tina Turner's camp not only landed her this gem of a tune as the featured song for this movie, they landed her a role in the movie itself as the iconic Auntie Entity. From the moment this song begins, it takes me back to being 10 years old all over again and watching this movie in the theater. Those 80s synths, Tina's incomparable, excuse me, the flawless dynamics, and also the very applicable lyrics, even for our time. This is a pop song to make Beyonce cry. Tina Turner is a GD icon. She won 4 Grammys that year for her album Private Dancer. I still spin this song sometimes. I absolutely love this tune.
Yeah, such a great choice. I mean, and it was, I don't know, I feel like it was also an anthem for her at that point because she had a big resurgence at that time
She
with
did. It was like her big comeback.
yeah, yeah. Your comment of the she is a GD icon, spot on. Yeah, yeah. My next choice, Sting, Fortress Around Your Heart.
The man
Me.
goes solo.
Yes. Excuse me. This one grew on me as time went on. I knew I loved I knew and loved Sting's work with the Police, and this was from his first solo album, Dream of the Blue Turtles. It still sounded like Sting vocally, but the songs were like way jazzier than I was used to in a pop song and in the Police songs. You can tell immediately that there are top-notch studio musicians that are playing on this one. Daryl Jones is playing bass, Omar Hakim on drums. Uh, that's all I can remember off the top of my
It's
head right
funny
now.
though
But
to think that somebody else was playing bass on a Sting album, but
yes, yeah,
yeah.
exactly. The chorus is great, just what it should be. A great vocal riff with nice harmonies, and it's the release of the build up from the verse and the pre-chorus, with some uber cool Branford Marsalis sax stuff in there to boot. But what lures me most in this song is the groove and the verses. It's nothing fancy, just a chill, hypnotic, slightly mysterious, and wistful vibe that just kind of keeps me coming back. So they use that in the intro and the outro too. And I guess Branford Marsalis plays some. He riffs over that on the outro too. It's just such a cool song.
Yeah, that whole album was such a and now for something completely different moment from Sting, and it was a good one. One of my favorite songs of all times on that album, The Russians.
Yes.
I have that album right here on vinyl.
Yeah.
Right behind me.
Cheater.
I know. Sorry, I snuck one in there, didn't
It's okay. I cheated with Sunset Girl.
I? All right. So for my third song, I chose the song "One Night in Bangkok," Murray Head. In classic 80s style, this song was actually from a musical called Chess, written by the songwriters in ABBA. It's a Cold War themed show about 2 chess players, one from America and one from the Soviet Union. This song was literally everyone's favorite song to sing along to that year. I mean, everybody was singing this tune. Murray Head knocks this one out of the park. His voice is so distinctive. That solid techno, before there was techno beat, that's going on in the back, more perfectly executed production, the dynamics between the verse and the chorus. I mean, this song has a pan flute solo. Like, this is the 80s, baby. This song, though, it really holds up. You know, when I listened to it again, I just thought, wow, this is still a great tune. Only in the 80s can a show tune become a pop hit. I get my kicks above the waistline, sunshine.
Yeah, that's the line that everyone knows from it too. That song, it was so distinctively different from others, and it still is. If you listen to it with the vocal delivery and just the pan flute solo and the keyboard stuff, it's such a really good song.
You can really tell it's an ABBA tune. Like, if
Yes,
you once you know that, it's like, okay, this is ABBA.
which I didn't know until you said
Yeah.
that. So
How
until I
about
read
it?
this,
See?
yeah,
Even we
I
can learn new things
Yeah.
around here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. All right, what do you got for number 4?
Till Tuesday, Voices Carry. That another easy one. Smash hit. Amy Mann's voice is perfectly showcased in this one. Her voice somehow has both an airy quality and still power to it, and just so much emotion in it. I'm not usually a lyrics focused person, but this one has some classic, very memorable and well delivered lines to it. This was the golden age of MTV, and this video did nothing but help the song's popularity. I remember everyone either wanting to be Amy Mann or wanting to be with her or both. I read a little bit about this song, and she put this through some interesting rewrites, and I'll let you check that out. Check that out for yourselves because it's kind of an interesting story on it.
Yeah.
On a side note, she's also the bass player. Go women that play bass.
Yeah, I thought when this came out, it was such a, it was such a powerful tune. The sort of opening up the topic about, violence against women, and I felt like it still holds up with that too.
Absolutely.
And the song itself is just so good, but the awareness that it brought with it, that we're not going to take this anymore. We don't have to take this anymore. I really just, what an excellent choice. I love this song.
You should definitely read the backstory on the rewrite.
I
too,
totally will do that.
Yeah,
that
definitely makes you think about it.
That
too.
song actually was going to make my list. It was going to make my list, but Mike's got that one. So for number 4 for me, I chose "Rhythm of the Night" by DeBarge. I kept trying to kick this song off the list. I felt like other songs from this year were more iconic, but they weren't better. This is R&B gold, bro. I mean, that perfect tenor voice, the texture of this superb dance track. I can almost smell the pleather and parachute pants when I hear this. This song gets me hyped still. Again, the textures, the laughing crowd noises in the background, the kettle drum. I mean, when was the last time we had a decent kettle drum intro? We used to be a proper country. Seriously, though, if you don't know this tune or you haven't listened to it in a long time, spin it again. It is better than you remember. La, 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 la. Oh, dude.
Totally agree with you on this one. I had forgotten about this tune until I looked at the list we had to choose from, and I was like, wow, I don't remember this. And I went back and listened. I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a great song. It's a great example of, I think, more R&B influenced songs were kind of getting into the pop charts in the 80s, and this is like great example of that.
Such a good tune. Yeah. Such a good tune. All right, buddy. We're about ready to put it through the swan songs here.
Yes.
All right.
All right. So my last one, I'm going to the movies.
Getting heavy, baby.
Yeah.
Getting heavy.
St. Elmo's Fire, Man in Motion from John Parr.
Another movie tune.
Yeah. This one gets my adrenaline going every time. Power pop rock anthem all the way. Singer-songwriter John Parr has a really interesting career. Has a couple hits other than this one, but he wrote a bunch of songs for movie soundtracks, including this song. Mm-hmm. Side note, he also co-wrote the song Under a Raging Moon with Roger Daltrey from his album of the same name as a tribute to the late Keith Moon. Mm-hmm. Plug in that one. I'm cheating again.
Yeah.
Because I love that song too. I don't know if you know that one.
I do know.
That's such a great song. And you could feel the sort of the power influence from John Parr on that, which matches really well with Roger's voice.
Such a great song. Yeah.
This St. Elmo's Fire is all about the chorus. The sort of you can do anything attitude in the lyrics, and like other songs I've mentioned, it compels you to sing along or at least feel their power. Great production and arrangement with effective counter melody lines from the horns. Parr has a distinctive, powerful, bluesy voice, and while this song totally feels like it, and this song totally feels like it belongs in an '80s movie, because a lot of the movies have those themes. But I think it still holds up really well to this day, and it still gets my adrenaline going when I listen to it.
It really does, man. I mean, just from the very first chord, this song is so powerful, and it's it's like so much music in the '80s. Some of its power comes from nostalgia, but not all of it. I mean, you go back and listen to these tunes, and they are still good. And that was such a great movie. I think that helps.
Yes.
It does. What a great choice, and what a great choice to end your list. I mean, that's awesome. So I have to better get myself together here.
Speaking of which,
I hope mine is as good.
Yeah.
So for my final song, I am going to choose "Head Over Heels" from Tears for Fears, a song you also had on your little longer of a list.
Yeah.
So you would have to think really hard to find a song more iconic and memorable in terms of its intro than this song. I mean, that intro is ginormous. This song is gigantic. Everything in it, the voice, the synths, the E-drums, the melody is sublime. The dynamics are off the charts. If you were there in '85, you cannot not sing this song at the top of your lungs every time you hear it. I can still remember this tune pushing my little Sony boombox speakers to their limits. I have so many different memories from different eras of my life tied to this tune. This is one of those songs that you'll take with you and just keep spinning over and over like forever. Tears for Fears knew and know how to write anthemic tunes. They are still good. If you don't know much about them, go to your favorite streaming site right now and get lost for a few hours. You can thank me later.
Yes, I totally agree. I'm a huge Tears for Fears fan as well. This song, had someone not picked this one first, this probably would have been one of my first choices on the list. I'm not sure what I would have bumped from my list to make room for this one, but it's
and that was another album with like hit after hit.
Oh
man.
my gosh!
Songs from the Big Chair was just like, just keep them coming, just keep them coming.
Well,
so here's our list, man. 10 songs. We gave you a full mixtape, something to really like sink your teeth into, or your ears, whatever you want to call it. And we're gonna put this up, kind of going back and forth, just like we did on the show, same order. And we're going to put it up on Spotify for you. We'll link all this stuff over at Rooster Stone on Facebook and Instagram so you can get to it. You'll be able to find us on YouTube. You'll be able to find us on all the streaming sites too. So, I mean, obviously, if you're listening to this right now, you found us somewhere. So, but as usual, thank you so much for tuning in. If you stuck around to the end, we appreciate you. And don't forget to go check out roosterstone.com and listen to our new music. We've got new stuff coming out. So check it out. As usual, we'd like to thank you so much and offer you peace and one love. Come on over to roosterstone.com, where you can book the band for any event you can imagine. Acoustic, full band, whatever your event may require. You can also email us to take online music lessons at an affordable monthly price. Don't forget to download our original music and like, follow, and subscribe to Rooster Stone across all social media platforms. Keep rocking out at roosterstone.com.